How's it going, everyone? Adam here from Coding Basics, and welcome to tutorial number 13 in my Lambda Expressions in Java 8 series. And in this tutorial, we'll be going over how we can use Lambda expressions when implementing a runnable. A runnable is a functional interface, and we actually have come across it before. If I open up Eclipse here, in the threads tutorial I did, we actually had to include a runnable as the parameter for our thread. So we have come across it, and it will be sort of similar, but not completely. So definitely a worthwhile tutorial to stick around with, even if you saw the threads one. And let's get started. Inside our Lambda Expressions Eclipse project, I created this new file called runnables.java. And all I've done is code out the public static void main method. Alright, now the old way. Let's start with that. The old way of creating a runnable would have been runnables, taking our class name, Runnables, and implementing in the class call, implements Runnable. I spelled implements wrong, okay? And now we also have one more error because it's saying we're missing a method. Runnable is an interface, so we have to code all the methods that are part of that interface. And in this case, there's only one method that's part of that interface, and that's the public void run method. And there we go. Everything's fine. Now, just like in the threads tutorial, what we put here is what's going to be executed when our runnable is ran. And all we're going to do in this case is system.out.println. And it's going to print out hello world. Something very simple. Okay. Now, to create a new runnable, we're going to specify this as being a runnable. We're going to give it a name of R. And we're going to set this equal to new Runnables. So our class name. We are just going to make an instance of our class. And since our class is a runnable, that works just fine. And actually, I'm going to put a comment here, just saying that this is the old way of doing things. Now, whenever we want to run this runnable, all we have to do is the variable name, so in our case R, and then .run. And it's going to execute our runnable. So let's actually run this. Hello world, it prints out. And that's how we would do things the old way. Now, the new way is a lot easier, of course. That's why I'm teaching it to you guys. And actually, I'm going to say the new Lambda way of doing things. So the new Lambda way of doing things, runnable, R2, and we're going to set it equal to some Lambda expression. So we're just going to put open close brackets for our parameters, our arrow token, and then the body of our Lambda expression, which is going to be system.out.println hello world, and then just in square brackets I'll put new, just to kind of show that it's a different one. And then once again, all we got to do is r2.run whenever we want it to run in our program. And yeah, let's just do that. Run our program right now. And it prints out hello world and hello world new, everything we wanted it to do. And now I'll just throw a couple other things. We're not just limited to printing, of course. At the top of our program, we could always create a runnable, such as, runnable. Actually, how about here at the top? I'll create a public variable. So runnable close equals, and we'll set it equal to the body of our Lambda expression is system.exit 0. And now anywhere in our program, I'll make this actually a public variable, anywhere in our program we could run that when we need to. Now of course, it's not much more concise, but just to give you another example, at some point in my program I want to exit my program. I can just print out some random message, which I'm going to do now. So, okay. So I'm going to print out here exiting. And then, what did I call that? Close. So close dot run. Now in our case, we're not going to notice anything. Oops. It's going to be, I got to create a new instance of this class first. Sorry about this. I didn't really plan too well today. So Control V, Runnables, run, I guess I'll call it, equals new Runnables. So run dot close dot run. Really bad example, really bad naming on my part as well, but let's execute it. Exiting, and it actually did exit because it says the program terminated. So, although I guess Eclipse always does that, but anyway, it does work. It would work if you use that in your program. Now, the one thing I will show you is it's not like we can do anything with variables. So just say if I had a variable, let's create some variable, int num, set it equal to 0. We can't just make a runnable, trying to think of an example. So I can't just make a runnable called R3 and set it to equal to a lambda expression where I want num to be changed to 1. Because this is a local variable and it's not defined in the enclosing scope as it says here. So we can't pass in parameters to a runnable, so that's where they kind of, have a downfall to them. So it's not like we can run something that changes a number, but they are useful for saving some sort of, functionality that you want executed at a certain amount of time. And yeah, that's all I really got to say about them. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a comment on this video, like this video, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.